I didn't post any video for a while because I was busy traveling. I visited Spain, UAE, Thailand, Canada, and yes, I didn't have time to make a new episode. But on the good side, I had plenty of time with my newly purchased Leica Summarit-M 50mm f2.5. Now I'm back and I'm ready to share my experience and show all the great pictures done with this 50mm throughout my travels. Hi, my name is Sergio and the hero of this episode is this Leica Summarit-M 50mm f2.5. Or should I say anti-hero, because there's not much about it on YouTube and many Leica purists hate it, so let's dive into it to find out whether this lens really deserves its reputation. A bit of intro about Summarit. The name is not new, Leica reused it from an old lens, but they don't have anything in common. Summarit-M was introduced by Leica as an affordable option for M shooters. The line also includes the 35, 75 and 90mm options, also at f2.5. In 2006, just a year before Summarit, Leica M8 and TL came out, so I don't know whether Leica decided to make it as a new optimized digital line, or maybe it was supposed to be a transitional stage for people to buy for APS-C TL body, which they might be able to use with the full-frame M cameras in the future. Either way, the reception was bad, and I can understand why. These lenses were slower than Summicrons, they looked different with an odd non-Leica font and aperture ring. Purists who love the character in their lenses were disappointed with clean, neutral and sharp image that was nothing like the typical Leica glass. That was a bummer considering that the original Summarit was a high-speed vintage lens. Many said it was made cheaply and it wasn't a real Leica glass. Knowing that, my first 50 for M11 was the Canadian-made version for Summicron, and it does show the famous Summicron look. But for someone like me, the character lens is not the most desired thing. Actually, I'm editing my files quite a bit, and with my style of photography, I'd rather prefer the more neutral and modern look. With reasonable price in mind and compact size on the list of priorities, I switched to this Summarit M50 f2.5. And well, at first glance, I must say that it is definitely well made, at least on par with the Summicrons, and I don't know why it gets all the hate about the build. Yes, it looks a bit different, but so what? It has a focus tab, 6-bit coding, nice and clicky aperture ring, standard Leica 39mm filter thread. What else you need? Now, from what I know, it looks different because they had to use identical parts to make all the lenses in the line. That is, 35, 50, 75 and 90mm Summarits have interchangeable parts, which made them easier to produce, thus cheaper. For the same reason, the first f2.5 versions don't come with the hood or lens case included in the box. Nevertheless, they all are still made in Germany like any other lenses from Leica, so I don't see why the Summarits take so much heat and referred to as lesser lenses. Besides Summicron, I also own the 28mm f2.8 spherical from Leica, and let me tell you, they all handle the same, so you're not missing on anything by opting for Summarits. In terms of performance, it is also not disappointing. Yes, it is more modern, neutral and sharp, which makes it stand out among all the heritage Leica glass, but guess what? That's exactly what I was looking for, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who needs it. And this itself is enough reasoning for this lens to exist. Comparing it to my V4 Summicron, it is definitely better performing with less vignette, almost non-existent distortion, better corner sharpness and overall contrast. It is also more color neutral. The Summicron always seemed to me to render a bit warmer tones than real life. Many complain about the glare and ghost, but honestly, I haven't noticed it at all, so unless asking for it by shooting into the sun, there's nothing to worry about, I would say. Obviously, the maximum aperture of f2.5 is not great, but I do not need that personally, and the f8 I'm shooting primarily at looks nothing short of great. Plus, f2.5 means it's compact and light, which is one of the main reasons I got into Leica in the first place. The relatively newer design and the more fresh build means we can get better sharpness, resolution and punch from Summarit and from other older lenses, especially on this 60-megapixel M11. I'm currently still on the lookout for 90mm lens, so very often I would crop the shots from 50mm and they all come out nice. Nevertheless, I can understand the frustration of those who don't like this lens. It is indeed very neutral and produces more modern, that is, boring look, so beware of that if you're looking for more character in your lens. It is also not good for portraits. The minimal focus distance of 0.8 meters and f2.5 means that you will most definitely struggle to get a tighter shot with more bokeh. The newer version of Summarit has a maximum aperture of f2.4, but it hardly changes anything. The last and probably the most important argument against Summarit is the price. Used one costs roughly around the same as pre-spherical Summicrons, so this alone drives people away from choosing Summarit-M. And it did drive me away as well. I had to try the Summicron, it's such an iconic lens and I liked what it can do, but in the end, I prefer the Summarit for the photography I do. Summing up, I love this compact little lens and throughout my recent travels it was glued to my M11 almost all the time. I like the shots I get from it and I'm sure that ultimately there are better performers out there for Leica M, but not for the price and the size. I do want to try the newly announced Voigtlander 50mm f2.2. It is yet to be released, but it promises even smaller weight and size, brighter aperture and possibly better optical performance, but we'll see about that when I get my hands on it. Until then, I'll hold on to the Summarit-M because it works for my purpose perfectly. And for those of you who are thinking to buy it, don't get scared by the negativity surrounding this lens online. If you're fine with its maximum aperture and minimum focus distance, you won't regret it. In case you have any questions left about it, you can ask me privately or in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to help. This is it for today. Like I said, I'm back home from travels. The next episode is already in the pipeline, so hit the notification bell not to miss it. Earlier this month, the channel hit 10,000 subscribers, which is unbelievable to me. Thanks to all of you who contributed to this milestone. It is incredible to build a community of like-minded from the ground up. To support me and my channel, please subscribe, I would appreciate it very much. Also, if you like my content and what I do, you can treat me with a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. The link is in the description and at the end of this video. Have a great day, see you soon in the next one.